two.
Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful Jasmine is next to me. That's her logo, by the way. So she has rights for that. And Jasmine is, as you can see, model, artist, musician, and radio host and dancer. And I would say, like you describe yourself, multi entrepreneur, like multiple things, well-rounded artist.
Yes.
Who can do a number of things. Let's talk first about music. How do you write your music? What's the inspiration? How, like, if someone wants to do music, let's say I have never done music before. I did it last week once with this guy, and he made me sing one line at a time to get basically a music video for my wife for the Valentine Day.
Nice.
So and
romantic.
yeah,
Yes.
So that was a surprise for her, and hopefully that guys like me get inspired. Like, how do you start in music if you have no education, no experience, no ear? Like, just want to do it. What's the first thing?
If you're starting fresh with a clean slate, what you have to do is your research first. What genre do you want to go into? Do you want to go into multiple genres? Study those
How do I
genres.
know? I don't know what genres are.
You don't even know what genre means. Wow.
No, I know what genre means, but there is a jazz, there is a pop, and I don't know. But maybe I'm pretty sure there are many genres that I don't even heard of.
Yes,
so, like,
that's where you start.
I'm reading the books, or I'm listening to the music.
It's so many ways.
I'm hanging out with the musicians. Like, how do I discover music for
There's
myself?
so many ways to find out exactly what you want in terms of your music career, or just doing music for fun. And
for
you can
me,
do any.
That's not for fun and not a career. In my case, since I'm 45, the reason why I just start now to discover music for myself is following. Once I grew up in a very musical famous family. My mom is a musician, my uncle, my aunt, but I never. And
So
when I was very,
it's in you somewhere.
I had that. Well, I've been taught when I was younger that I thought kind of music gonna stop me from doing big things like being a lawyer, doctor, like
and
serious
that I
stuff.
totally disagree with.
So I thought that will present it so much takes attention, so I would never successful in the profession. So,
Well-
and that's why I didn't do it. Now, just my last point, I have a son who is 4 years old, my younger one,
Aw,
and
congrats.
he loves music, and he started to sing and he started to dance, and he has talent for it, and he has a desire to do it, to be on stage. Guess what? I have to go with him to different musical schools. I have to. He's just yesterday was the first day when he was mixing as the DJ. I bought for him the.
He's already mixing.
He's already mixing, and
You're already on the right track. You want to try to if you're trying to go into
I
the
want to
music,
support him.
you want to try to get into music as soon as possible. When you're young is the best time to start, because that's when you're a sponge. That's when you can grasp as much information as possible.
But
And
how do I choose the genres for him? How do I introduce those? Because
It's-
do I start
it's-
with the classic?
it's how
or
you
do
feel.
Do I? Because for me, I think on one side, either I let him listen what he wants to listen,
you have to let him. He has.
and that's already in him. Or I teach him, let's say, classic. I teach him jazz. I show him stuff that he does not
Yes.
like necessarily, but that will expand his horizons
Exactly.
and
You
give him
have
other.
to expand his horizons. You have to bring him on shows, Broadway shows. Have him listening to the radio. Make sure it's the right station and everything.
Right.
You have to bring him out to shows. Let him listen to the radio. When you're just randomly walking down the street and you hear music, see how he reacts to the music.
He dance. He sing alone. He has the ear. He has the desire. That's why I want to support him. But I still worry that that will kind of takes him away from serious stuff, like
Well, this is what I've learned. The older that I get, the more I realize it's really what you want to do and your passion. And the sooner you start,
He has
the
that
sooner
anyway.
you'll become.
That will be part of him forever. I'm not being in between of those things. I just want to introduce him to other disciplines as well.
Oh, sure. You definitely want to introduce him to those
Let me take
disciplines.
you to my next question. Lyrics. How do you write your lyrics? Where it comes from?
Okay, my lyrics, it's It really is something divine. It's something supernatural for me. I really go into.
Comments at night? Do you write it on scratch of paper? You write it
no,
on
I
the
write
phone? How do you remember it?
Usually when I'm writing, there's this one place I write, and it's in my driver's seat of my car.
So when you drive, you
No,
do the music.
I'm just sitting there parked, and I just vibe. I look into the sky, I look at the stars, and I just whatever I'm feeling at the
But
moment,
you-
I just start writing.
so
And
do you
sometimes
need
I don't even write
do
on
you
paper.
need to put where is the best place to put a car like this? A stop or a parking lot or like on
Well,
the highway?
no, I'm just in my driveway at home.
In your driveway
But
at home.
as long
Okay.
it doesn't matter where I'm
So
parked.
so it's important to be comfortable.
Yes.
So you know the surroundings, environment. So you park the car in, let's say, nice, beautiful view.
It has
Would
to
that
be a
help?
nice view. It has to be somewhere
Mhm.
where I can
Rest your
leave
eyes.
the car. My mind
Is it better
can leave
in the
the
morning
car.
or like when the sun is coming out, like you see sunrise or
I
sunset?
would rather night when
daytime?
the stars
Stars.
are visible, because I look up to the stars. I consider myself a star. So I look up into the stars and I say that I can go beyond what I see, and then that takes me and tells me exactly what I'm going to write for that moment. And sometimes I don't write on paper. Sometimes it's just freestyle what comes out of my mouth, and I
Do you record with the phone or what you write?
yes, a lot of times you have like a spark, a creative streak, a creative spark, and you have to get it because you may lose it.
Do
So
you consult with someone? Do you have someone on the phone, or it's you alone?
it's me alone. I do not like to be interrupted when I'm writing.
You
It's
turn,
not
turn
till
the phone
after.
off.
Well, I don't turn the phone off. I just ignore the calls. And
But it's still distraction. You might be on a thought and you're trying to get it, and then the phone
that
rings.
does happen, and maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should turn the phone off because that'll help me to focus more. But I really just ignore the phone.
Guys, when you do this writing lyrics, probably it's a good idea to turn off the phones. Okay.
Yeah.
Just stay completely focused on what you're doing, because that thought, that little word or note can escape you. Just,
It really can. It can escape you in the blinking of an eye. That's why you have to make sure, if you have like voice memo on your phone, or if you're by your laptop and you can record
Voice memo?
voice memo. Yes, most phones have voice memo. It's where you record your audio, and it's right there on your phone. You bring that everywhere with you. It's like a mini computer. Some people have great memories, so they just remember. And then some people don't need to write anything. They freestyle, and I have a love for them. I so admire them.
I
and
keep my phone away. I don't, let's say when we go with my wife in the bedroom, I keep my phone in the living room, and when I go there, so whatever I remember in the morning, that's the good stuff. If I don't remember those thoughts, they probably not meant to be.
They probably were not meant to come out as of yet or at
Okay.
all.
Let me take you to the next question. Radio. You host on radio.
Yes.
What do you host? Why? How it works?
Well,
Tell me
I
about
host.
radio.
I'm actually a part of a team. It's called DC Team, and it's short for Distinct Creators. And Distinct Creators.
Distinct Creators.
Yes,
Okay.
set apart. We create,
Is
but
it
we're
like
set apart
internet
from
radio
the
or
average.
like a regular station? Like how?
It's a radio station. We do both FM and online
where is it
radio.
located?
Right now we're in Patterson. It's called Big Link Radio.
Jersey.
Jersey, yes.
Mhm.
And
Is
our
it
show.
government funded or it's a private?
It's funded by me at the present moment. I'm the
Wow.
executive producer, so meaning the money.
Is that in your house and you? That's
No,
in,
it's
like,
at
you
it's
have
at an
office?
actual station. So I partner with the station. I pay
So
them
the-
to rent the space out for the
space
time that I
out?
have the show.
And what about the what do you call the? No, like do you buy the airtime?
Yes, you have that time frame that you're on air. That's what you're renting out.
I see.
And
So you rent time, air, and studio time. Gotcha.
Yes.
Why don't you use public access equipment? Public access. Are you familiar with public access studios? There are plenty of
No,
studios.
I'm not familiar.
You don't have to pay. You can get a lot of stuff for free. It's the government pays for everything. So I'm part of the like a break, for example. Like here on YouTube, we was filming. It's free, so it's it doesn't cost me to rent the studio. Same thing. You can every city has its own.
Wow.
So and you get the studio time, and you get the equipment, you have all the stuff, and you can get it for free. You don't have to spend out of my pocket. I'll show you how to look for this.
That touched my heart. because I've
That
always
would be
invested in what I love to do,
but
but the
the
fact
money
that,
that you're putting into
thank you
the
so
like
much.
studio, you can get in something else. That would be a better use for the money,
Thank you
probably.
so much. That
Uh,
wow.
that would be like a burden that you can
That is
take
a
off,
huge burden.
and
That's a
then
burden that I've been dealing with for a few years.
and you can put that money into the like music and promotion, other things that actually you can get for free. Okay,
Wow.
so let's talk about the being a dancer.
Yes.
You dance. What do you dance?
Um, I've been dancing since I was 4 years old, and I've danced in
You
so
went to
yes,
dance
I
school?
went to ballet. I started off doing ballet and tap. So I went to ballet and tap school. I went to it's a school called Mary Wilders, and I went there. I did ballet and tap, and I was very young, and I always wanted to do jazz, and I would see other people do jazz, and I'm like, oh, I want to do jazz as well. So eventually I transferred to another school. It was called Theater Workshop, and I started to do jazz, dance, and tap still. I stopped doing ballet. Eventually I went into point, which is the shoes that you actually stand on your toes when you're dancing. That was extreme because I love how I have no corners on my toes. I want to keep it that way. I have no cuts on my toes, so I stopped doing that type of dancing. But then I went into hip hop, and it just goes perfect with the music that I make. So now when I'm making the music, I'm literally going over the full production in my head when I'm writing, because that's where it starts. It starts in the writing. It ends later on with the dancing and the choreography that you're going to show whatever dancers that you have on set. So, I'm honestly, I consider myself a producer.
What's the best? Is it to be dance yourself, or you like dance with someone with a crew, like how that's done?
Honestly,
It's
I'm
one
very.
lady
I can
show?
adapt. I can adapt.
You can
Meaning,
but what's better?
what's better? A
Honest-
team. I
team is
love
better.
a team. I love a team.
Okay.
I grew up off a team. I was a part of two dance. I
Join
was a part of
our
a dance
team,
company, an acting company.
Andrew already seen a little bit of my productions, and at Brick I can book the studios like we did on Thursday, and it's a big studio, and we can do dance classes there, and we can do a lot of things, and we can do it 7 days a week. Here I can film like maybe twice a month because I have only 2 channels that allows me. But Brick I can do it every day, and you can get the same thing for you dance studio at Patterson for free. So you don't have to even spend the money for the toll coming here. And they will give you studios and everything free. It's all free. And my last question to you is you're a rapper.
Yes.
So like how that come about? Like
I actually rapping is like the newest thing that I put my hands on, and I see that the culture and my environment, this generation, is more rappers are coming out, and I just have been listening to their lyrics, and I'm like, what are they saying? Some of them I don't agree with their lyrics. I don't think they put time into their lyrics. So I wanted to show them, hey, this is maybe a little bit more how you're supposed to.
I want to do produce music also, and I'm started doing. I don't know if you saw my work with Lady Barbara and some other musicians, but my limitations are following. So when I film music and stuff like that, I kind of try to stay clean. No foreign language, nothing
Yes,
that
me
I
as
want.
well. Me as well.
I want to be able to show my music, my work in the corporate America, like big
Exactly.
corporations. So anything that has negative, or like drugs
Foul
and
language or
that would never see light, and that's where basically the money and the if you
Exactly.
invited for corporate gigs and stuff. So
exactly.
if you have music like that, and I would love to film it. Hopefully today we will film some music with you, and you guys will love that. Hopefully, I haven't heard it yet, but you come with a great recommendation, Andrew. How do you know that guy?
I actually know him through a few modeling gigs that I've done, and a few models that I know. So
Okay.
that's how we actually met.
Gotcha.
So my
Cool.
background goes all the way back to I've always been taught to be ethical, to do the right thing. So when I did my music, that's a big issue that I always have to try to get around. Not making my music vulgar or foul language, because that's the norm around me. That's the norm around my culture. So it was a challenge, but I was able to get it done. And the song you'll hear later, Take Me Back, it has no foul language. It's a beautiful song, and it has a great message and concept.
If people want to reach out to you, what would be the best way to? You have Instagram, Facebook. Like, what's the ways to get
Yes,
to you?
the best way to contact me, you can contact me by my name, Jasmine Cox. It's spelled like jazz, JAZZMIN, or you can follow me at _Queen Cox _ on my Instagram. Facebook is Jasmine Cox as well, or you can just go on our YouTube and type in Distinct Creators or DC Team __, and you can check out Distinct Creators as well.
Thank you.